ugly privilege. When you look like a piece of garbage in public and you know it, you have the freedom to do whatever the hell you want. Because you know for a fact nobody's attracted to your hotness, so you might as well capitalize on your irrelevance and be the weirdest, loudest version of yourself. Like,
there you go, Marcus. You got to be the loudest version of yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a note of that for next time.
Use your ugly privilege.
Yeah, I think I might do that.
You should go around the city
to stay completely irrelevant and do dumb shit.
You should go around the city yelling swear words at people and be like, this is my ugly privilege.
That's amazing, actually.
As soon as you accept yourself as an average person, you're just allowed to enjoy the world a lot more. Because
that's it, everyone. I feel like you should be given motivational speeches like,
oh my God.
Everyone in here, you're average, so you don't have to worry. You're going to enjoy the world more now. Wow. If you just accepted you were ugly, you'd enjoy the world
I
more.
know I'm ugly, so...
Pretty, it's our right as human beings on earth to enjoy pretty things.
Yeah. It's our right to enjoy pretty things, Marcus.
And just think about the things you love and people you look up to. They're probably a little ugly, maybe a lot ugly. But
everyone you look up to is ugly.
But like, they're still important. Like, they're still memorable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like your grandparents. Ugly. But they're still important, right?
God.
Oh, these people are crazy.
Wow.
I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit more about what I mean when I say I have ugly privilege, because I've talked about it in a few videos, and I tend to get a lot of similar responses. A lot of people will come on the comments and say, oh, but you're not ugly.
I mean, depends where you post it, because I can tell you, if you post in certain places, like you post on Reddit, you're getting a lot of...
You're confident.
And firstly, thank you for comments like that. It's really, really kind, and it's really nice to see. But when I say I have ugly privilege, it's not that I necessarily think I'm an ugly individual. That's not what I mean.
I make videos about ugly privilege and the ugly privilege I have, but I'm not ugly.
Because I've been told plenty of times throughout my life that I'm pretty. But when I say I have ugly privilege, what I mean by that is men, in general, don't find me attractive. For the most part, men think I'm ugly, and they leave me alone.
The thing that I don't get is who you're making this for. Like, what is the point of this? Like, you're lecturing people and you're like, men need to know that I'm ugly.
What are you doing?
And to me, that's a privilege. And how do I know men aren't attracted to me?
It's a privilege that men aren't attracted to me. You know, when I go to like a room full of models and they're not attracted to me, I go, this is a privilege. I'm getting a lot of privilege here.
Why?
Because they're not flirting with me. They're not hitting on me. They're not trying to get my phone number. They're not asking me out. Like, men in real life mostly leave me alone.
Isn't that a bad thing? Like, if you're not attracted to men, then fine, then that is probably a benefit. But if you are, wouldn't actually getting some attention from men be a positive? Wouldn't them leaving you alone be a negative? Like, I don't actually understand how this is a positive.
Having attention between people is actually a good thing and part of normal human life.
It's very rare that I get male attention in real life, which is why it makes me so friggin' uncomfortable when it happens.
But how is that a privilege? Doesn't that make it the opposite? Wouldn't it be like, oh, I get so much attention that I can actually pick the man that I want, and therefore that's a privilege?
None of this makes any sense of what she's saying at all.
Beauty privilege is real, period. But I'm not gonna talk about that.
How about talking about the stain on your clothes there? Like, imagine recording this, not noticing that there's a stain there. A very, like, obvious stain.
Do you think people who are posting this stuff ever even have some sort of thought that when they put this out to the world, it's there forever?
Or that, like, I don't know, you change your clothes that aren't stained?
Like,
Let's talk about ugly or average looking privilege, because that is something that I am more familiar with. Yes, I don't fit the beauty standard. If you want to come at me saying everyone is beautiful, you're beautiful, please stop right there.
Why do they always have to preface it with that? Like, if someone finds you attractive, how dare you? I get offended when anyone ever finds me attractive.
I mean, if that can boost up your confidence, if that can make you feel good, please keep that in your mind that everyone is beautiful in their own way and you are beautiful. But it actually doesn't work for everyone, because the more I grow up, the more I think that being ugly, average, or not physically attractive is completely okay. That there are many other qualities that we can take up outside of our looks.
There's other qualities you can take outside of your looks?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that people had things other than just their physical appearance.
Okay, that's another note we've got to take down, everyone.
And I'm tired of complaining about something that I was born with. So telling myself that being ugly is completely okay is actually how I love myself.
And if you dare tell me that I'm not ugly, then I'm going to be upset.
People are getting upset and offended for being told that they're not pretty, but then someone else is getting upset and offended by being told that they are pretty.
If you post about pretty privilege and you're told that you're not pretty, then that's bad. But if you post about being ugly and you get told you're not ugly, that's also bad.
You come in the morning talking to the mirror saying that I'm beautiful. No, this
is the difference. Pretty people are all waking up in the morning, staring in the mirror and telling themselves I'm beautiful.
accept the fact that I'm ugly and it's okay. So why do I think that being...
See, this is the big thing with all of it is like, actually, maybe you're attractive to some people and maybe you shouldn't be getting upset at them if they leave in the comment that they're that person and whatnot. Like, maybe accept that maybe you are someone's cup of tea and you should be happy for them that they like that.
Being ugly is a privilege, a blessing. First, I don't need to worry about being catcalled, except on the internet. Because there's always some random Indian man telling me that I'm beautiful without even seeing my face. Like, bro can see my inner beauty. Great. I mean, it's just so much safer with this look. Unless there's some creep out there having ugly fetish.
Which there is, Marcus. Tell us about your ugly fetish. Probably why she keeps the stains on her clothes. Just like.
Is there any ugly fetish? Like, the uglier you are, the harder they get?
Ooh.
I think she's going down a rabbit hole that she didn't realize she was expecting.
Is that even possible? Second thing, if you talk about beauty privilege in women, it's always about how men treat you. So based on my experience, if you're average looking or ugly, men treat you like a normal person. They don't try to flirt with you, they talk to you in normal tone, and they don't see you as a woman, they see you as a human. And that is a good thing, because not every woman wants to be hit on and treated like a princess by random men. Because I have a good looking friend and she sometimes shows me the messages she got from the men that I also communicate with, and it's completely different.
Yeah, that's a privilege. You don't get interest from men.
And this good looking friend of mine is not comfortable.
Hold on. So she's worried about not getting interest from men when she's actually getting interest from other men.
Yeah. Don't you get it?
At this point, no. My brain actually hurts so much.
With how those men talk to her. And that is something that she has.
She gets messages about being ugly, but she doesn't get messages about being attractive, even though she gets messages because she's ugly about being attractive because she's ugly. And therefore, she gets upset at the people that send her messages that she's attractive, but then she's happy that she gets messages from people that don't see her as attractive.
You wonder why men have no idea as to how to do things anymore.
Because of ugly privilege.
That she has to deal with every day because she's that attractive. And I'm thankful that I'm this average. Next, you can become unpredictable and shock people with this look. I mean, when you're ugly, average, not physically attractive, people don't put too much expectation on you. So when you do something great, that would be unpredictable and shock people.
Yep, it's shocking when ugly people do things that are all right. You know, when an ugly person comes into work on time and gets the job done, I'm always shocked. That's part of the hiring process when you interview someone who's ugly. You ask, are you actually going to do the job?
Are you capable of doing what we ask you to do?
Yeah, we need to know because, like, based on the look of you, I don't know if you'll be able to fix a car as a mechanic.
I've already hired someone else who has pretty privilege.
I don't know that they can do the job because they're attractive, and I don't know that you can do the job because you're ugly. So we're going to have to meet in the middle somewhere here.
Yeah.
You look non-threatening to pretty women. Because I know there are some pretty women out there who see other pretty women as their competitors. So if you're ugly, average, not physically attractive, you're harmless. They don't see you as their rivals, so you can instantly become good friends with both pretty women and average looking women.
See, this is where we also go off the trails because we learned that if you're very attractive, you can't be friends with people who aren't at your level. But if you're ugly, you can be friends with people who are very attractive because they're not threatened. So how is that all meant to make sense?
It doesn't.
Marcus, you're here to write a thesis. Tell us how it makes sense.
I am literally trying to work out how to make sense of this logic.
And last but not least, Having no ex is my biggest flex.
Marcus, she doesn't have an ex, so you don't have to worry about her having an ex, even though you're not going to be hitting on her because she's ugly. So that's her privilege, but she gets hit on because she is ugly. So, yeah. How do you not understand that? I couldn't put it any plainer. 3.5 minutes she took to explain it, and you somehow...
You're right. I could not understand it at all.
Guys, you know how much of a privilege it is to have the big tree? And I ain't talking about hair, nails, and eyelashes.
Do you know how much of a privilege it is to have hair, nails, and eyelashes, Marcus?
Oh, I haven't got any three of those, to be honest.
You need to get the big three.
Can you imagine if one day I walked around with the big three?
Yeah.
I'm talking about being pretty, smart, and funny.
When I watch this, I think pretty smart and funny. First things that come to my mind.
Yep.
Some certain people who are really pretty, but their personality is dead. There are some people who are really funny, like they have an amazing personality, but like looks-wise, they ain't it. And like there's just something always missing when it comes to some people. But with me, God did his big one and gave me the big tree. God really gave me the big tree. Like all praise and thanks to him.
Now, I think she's missing the fourth.
What's the fourth?
Humble. God gave her humility. God gave her humility.
Growing up ugly, I knew I was fucking ugly because every single time that I liked a boy, they always liked my best friend. But in the rare occasion that they liked me, they always said that my best feature was my personality. Like,
Definitely got nothing to do with how over the top she comes across.
please! Like, they just could not find another feature that was, like, good, which I don't blame them. I don't blame them because, fuck it, if I were you too, I'd say personality, innit? Because I could see myself. I could look.
If I saw you and you started talking like this, I'm just going to run in the other direction so quickly.
Look in the mirror, bro, it's right there. But swear,
I mean, I don't know about you, but when a girl refers to me as bro, that always does it for me.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, that made it even worse, like hearing you say it.
my best friends used to be the baddest bitches growing up. So
Just the way she talks too, it's like, maybe it's the fact that you talk like a hood rat that kind of like turns guys off too.
Just a little.
I was the Duff. You trust me. I know you're looking at me and you're like, wow, she's so perfect. But no.
We're literally not. We're literally actually looking at you like your personality is very off-putting and no one will want to deal with that aggressiveness. There are some people where this is perfect for them, but for most people or a lot of people or whatever you want to say, this is off-putting.
Just no.
I also find that it was mentally exhausting to be ugly. Don't
Hold on. In what world is it mentally exhausting to be what you deem as ugly? How is that a thing?
See, if you had pretty privilege, Marcus, you would understand. But now, since you've never experienced it like her, you don't understand.
Okay.
Listen to me, bro. God, if only you knew what it was like to be the Duff.
But honestly, I'm not even mad that I was ugly growing up. 'Cause
I'm not even mad. That's why I'm yelling and making this crazy video, like getting so upset. Does this come across as a person who was not mad?
The contradictions. Wow.
How dare you? I'm not even mad.
No, she's not bad at all.
God knew that I was so fucking OP that he had to nerf me from the get. The kids nowadays, like, they don't go through that weird phase when they're ugly. Like, you need to go through that phase where you're ugly. Because, like, it really makes a bitch a bit, you know, who she is or what.
Yeah. Kids these days need to go through being ugly so they can turn out like this, posting these videos.
Had I not gone through that ugly phase, I would have probably been big-headed. Bigger than it is now, but
Yeah, I mean, thank God she went through being an ugly person. Otherwise, she'd be obnoxious and totally aggressive posting videos on the internet.
Nah,
complaining
she
about-
wouldn't have been that way. Nah, no chance.
fuck it, I don't even know if that's fucking possible. So I not only thank God, but I thank my parents for making me ugly.
Yep, thank you, parents. I can also envision that there's going to be a lot of things that are a parent's fault. And that definitely wouldn't contribute to why people would want to date your friend instead.
No chance.
And convincing me that I was cute too. Like growing up, my parents would be, oh, you're so cute. Like, lying ass bro. What are you
Wow.
Yeah. It's going to be her parents' fault she didn't get whatever job or she doesn't have the money or whatever. And it'll be like her parents only sent her to like a middle class school and they only paid for like some of college. And
What I love is in one video, she's managed to ruin her life and call her parents out for looking the way she is.
Oh no, I bet
And then
usually she says a lot
brainwashing
more
her.
wild shit to her parents when she speaks to them.
Wow.
Anyways, so if you're always pretty, you don't know life's struggle.
Yeah. You don't know life's struggle, Marcus.
You're right, I don't know life struggle.
Because you're always ugly. God.
But if you grew up ugly, we could be friends.
We can't be friends if you were pretty. Or, God forbid that you're ugly still. Like, God forbid that you grew up ugly and continue to be ugly. Then we definitely can't be friends.
You're right. That's
That's where I draw the line.
not possible.
There is nothing about her personality in the
Nah.
way that she comes across that we'd be like, oh.
I mean, I reckon it'd be worth going out on a date with this woman instead of her friend.
Do you understand how much of a nightmare that would be? Because just think of this, right? Say that they get the order wrong. Imagine the tirade
I
you
know.
get.
I'm looking forward to getting the tirade.
Yeah, I mean, you would go for the entertainment and like, if you go under the understanding that, hey, this is going to be entertainment, but you know, there are going to be days when you're like, you're not in the mood to have someone getting this angry about nothing.
Oh, hi, I didn't see you there with my $2 Temu glasses. Let's hit subscribe, let's comment, and let's watch another video.